What's good, y'all? This is for my YouTube folks, so I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute, hasn't it? It's been a minute since I did any like face-to-face video with y'all, or a damn reaction video, or just how I've been saying that I wanted to do these, yeah, pretty much reaction videos, but set up in a way where I'm taking clips from like TikTok and those conspiracy type things. It's been a while. It's been a while. And it's been a while because your boy has been blessed to be blessed with this amount of work. You know what I'm saying? This amount of work has started last year in October, and it's been so consistent, and I've been so appreciative of it. So, and considering the economic state of this world, not just the economic state, but just the global affairs of everything going on right now, it's like, let me be consistent with this work right now. You know what I'm saying? Even if it cuts back on this seemingly never-ending working type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I talked about this in the past about like, gotta forgive me. I just had to thank God my windows are closed right now because there's some part of me that's still freaked out about bugs. I don't know why. But this is a side story when it comes to bugs. But yeah, I kind of mentioned somewhere some time ago about work and life balance. You know what I'm saying? Not getting so wrapped up in work and not having time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? For yourself and for your family. Of course, there's got to be a balance with that to keep sanity, because if not, you will drive yourself crazy. And I think a lot of people, as simple as this concept is, a lot of people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm saying that for myself because, like, for what seems like the majority of my life, ever since, like, 15, 16, I have been working consistently, damn near. And if I have not been working, it's only been bouts of max up to a month without no work. After a month, your boy is back to work, and just at certain periods of life when I'm transitioning into something or when some crazy shit happened. I kind of made a video about that 2 companies ago, and yeah, it's just been a wild ride. And again, I am so appreciative to be where I'm at, but yeah, man, this is not what this video is about. As a matter of fact, to be honest, I don't know what the hell this video is about. And forgive the goddamn scenery. You know, the scenery looks crazy right now. It's a Saturday. I should have been home yesterday, especially when I told my dispatcher, yo, get me home on Friday. It doesn't matter what time, just get me home on Friday. But apparently somebody has kind of like, I guess, fell off a load. Something happened to their truck. Some shit. I didn't want to get too much into detail. But again, considering that I gotta kind of like keep up with shit right now, or get shit as I can, because we don't know where this economy is going, where everything is going right now with this world. So you're never sure. So you know what I'm saying? I kind of like, all right, let me go ahead and handle this. And eventually my time will come to relax. But yeah, so anyways, that's a little side story that I wanted to tell real quick before I get into some more other shit. Is like yesterday, I'm pulling up to, one of my delivery sites, and you gotta forgive me, this guy who's about to unload my truck, he's coming out. And I'm guessing he's about to give this truck who I'm waiting on their paperwork. So I'm about to probably pull into this dock real quick with y'all. So it might get a little noisy, but I'm pulling up to this receiver, this facility in Alabama yesterday. And as a truck driver going on I've been working in this field for a long time. Let's not get with the specifics. But me pulling up to these places, I know now that shit, you might have to look a little bit. You might. And I'm saying that because there might be some truck drivers out here that, okay, when it comes to driving a truck, going from point A to point B, easy shit. But sometimes for some of y'all, especially the green people, one of the things that I remember when I was younger, yeah, I definitely was younger when I started this shit, but earlier on in my career, was that getting into the facilities and finding out where you need to go, sometimes that could be a little daunting task. So hold on, y'all. Let me go ahead and pull around real quick. You know, I haven't really talked too much about this truck. I do remember, but you know, I plan to buy this truck at some point. But y'all might not be able to hear me, so just give me a minute. Let me turn this shit around and get myself set up to back into this dock. I think there's a spot to turn around up there, and I meant to do that earlier, but how the sun is facing, the sun is like behind me, facing this way, so I wanted to, like, you know, keep the truck up so y'all can hear me. And if I'm facing towards the sun, I know it'll probably get warm pretty quick, so anyways, y'all bear with me for a moment. God damn, it's gonna be pretty tight here, pretty tight. Y'all might have to, as a matter of fact, I'm good. I hope this dude pulls out though quick, man, cause there's some shit to like get with y'all on about shit, man, you know. You know what? I'm just realizing that truck that's in a dock right now is the same exact damn truck as mine. I don't know why the fuck I'm just realizing that. And this truck is pretty common, but it's like damn near literally the same damn kind of like color scheme. It doesn't have the trap door. Wait, wow. This actually legit might be the same damn type of truck. Because I only have a trap door on my left side. Some trucks have trap doors on both sides. But he's got the same color bumper as mine too. That's rare. But the only thing that definitely sticks out to me is the fuel tank covers. A lot of trucks, they get rid of theirs for whatever reason. Probably because of bad reasons. They probably crashed into something. And it's like, oh, it's an eyesore now. So let me take this shit off. But yeah, he has his off. I still have mine on. And barely too, because the winds have been getting so crazy to the point where it's like, damn, one of my panels for the gas tank cover, it got blown off one time, and it's literally hanging on the floor, and the only thing keeping it up is me moving and stuff, the air while I'm moving. Some weird shit, man. But yeah, I got that fixed not too long ago. Just a couple zip ties, and yeah, so anyways, yeah, I'm backing into this dock real quick, y'all, so bear with me. I don't know how the fuck I should do this. Should I go let's go the way I think I should go. It's just, he's kind of like blocking the way, but he has no choice but to block the way. So now I really remember what this video was, what I really wanted to talk about, and I'm gonna get into that. But I still ain't forget the story about this last receiver, which I'm gonna tell y'all as soon as I back in. Close to that curve. Pull up a little bit. This is a fucking heavy ass load. It's the truck full of beer, man. So yeah, the truck is shaking. It might seem like it's kind of like shaking itself right now. boy's sweating a little bit because it's fucking hot out. This is the second time I'm seeing one of these docks with this weird ass, I don't know, like guardrails and shit, like when you back into it. I don't know what the fuck the deal with that is, but it is what it is. Alright. Excuse me. I gotta roll this window down to actually close this goddamn door. It's crazy. It's like little small shit here and there. Alright, y'all, so I hope I'm online properly. I think I'm good. But shit, if I gotta turn on the truck again, you know, it kinda fucked up a little bit. That happens. Anyways. So yeah, I'm pulling up to this receiver yesterday in Alabama. And again, sometimes finding the facilities could be quite hard sometimes. It could be a little daunting, especially if you're green. And as years went on, as time went on, me getting used to this shit, you just, you know, there's certain things that you gotta look out for. And it's either shipping or receiving. Shipping is if you're going to pick up something. Receiving is, of course, if you're dropping off something. For some reason, that shit did not click with me until way later on in this career. But yeah, even sometimes when you see those things, like those signs, it might not be straightforward. So anyways, I pulled up to this facility in Alabama yesterday, and it's a warehouse, so the warehouse is quite wide open and shit, you know what I'm saying? But there's nobody inside the warehouse. So my first thought is like, all right, the front of this building, because it is kind of a small building, you pull out, so you're coming down the street, and then the warehouse is on the side. So, and when you're pulling in, you see there's a front door on the side with like glass windows and stuff. So I was like, yeah, if I don't see anybody in here, let me go up, you know, to the front. As soon as I got outside the warehouse and I'm walking back, you know, walking towards the front, this bumblebee comes out of nowhere, right? It comes out of nowhere and it's like guiding me. You know, at first, again, you seen how I kind of like freaked out a little bit earlier because there was this red fucking, I don't know, some kind of crazy ass looking bug that I would freak the fuck out if it flew in here. Thank God it didn't do that. But yeah, bumblebees is kind of like, I was scared of them at first, but yesterday and lately I've been like, you know you're not going to really try to bother me or hurt me. It's daunting to see a big ass black dot, big ass black bug like that, you know, with the yellow and black stripes like flying around you. God forbid if it lands on you. But anyways, yeah, that thing kind of like flew around me for a second, got my attention and like flew towards the front of the store. And I was like, oh shit, this shit wants me to follow it, like literally. So I'm walking following the bee, walking around towards the front where I'm gonna have to take this corner. The bee is waiting for me, y'all. The bee is fucking waiting for me. And then like once I get to the corner and I'm, you know, heading towards the front door, the bee continues and it smacks right into the front door and then flies off. And I'm like, whoa. That, you know, that's interesting. Very interesting. Something like that has definitely happened in the past, but this was like so obvious to me. And lately your boy has been just very observant. I've always been an observant person, but nowadays you gotta be even more. And I don't know if it's the thing or the fact of me being a father, but yeah, you know, but that was a beautiful thing. And it reminded me of some early things that I remembered in religion that I don't really want to get too much into. But this whole thought of, yeah, there being intelligence put into these creatures around us, you know what I'm saying? They kind of help teach us a lesson sometimes. And sometimes it might be to guide us. I don't know. Could be many different reasons. Because sometimes some shits could fuck your ass up, like a goddamn wasp. Or some kind of, you know, stinging bee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like good and bad. I don't know. So Anyways, I guess what I want to kind of get into real quick, I don't want to make this too long of a video. I just wanted to chop it up with y'all. Hope y'all doing alright. You know, right now, again, like I said, there's a lot of shit going on right now, even personally with me, and I'm gonna try to get into a little bit of that just to kind of give y'all the gist of how I'm perceiving all this shit on the personal level. But what I want to talk about real quick is what I just realized yesterday. And you know what the fuck that is? How fucking tough you have to be a truck driver. Yes. I'm realizing that, yeah, I'm starting to come to a real conclusion. You have to be a tough bastard to be in this field, like to thoroughly be in this field. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, probably 2 weeks ago, I met a truck driver who, so I'm pulling up to one of my normal stores. It's a dedicated run. It's either Home Depot or Lowe's when I'm delivering to. And this particular one was Home Depot. And usually to get into the docks, to get your shit off the truck, you gotta pull into, you gotta kinda usually go a certain way. So you know how Lowe's or Home Depots are set up. You got one, like, you got the store, the whole building. But you got in the back, towards the back of the side, you gotta forgive me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, your boy is all over the place. All good, man? So, where was I? So yeah, so think of like Walmart for a better example, because like up until me delivering to these stores, I was not too familiar with Home Depot or Lowe's, just a few of them. But yeah, so think of Walmart, and you know you got Walmart, you got the parking lot, but on the left and the right side of the store, you can go around, right? Most of the time for Home Depot and Lowe's, you could do the same. You can go around either the back, and you can get to the back from the left side or the right side. But some of them, you can only go one way. So it's like this particular GPS that I'm using, it's crazy, because I would normally use a dedicated truck GPS that I got literally the first time I started. It still works. The charger for it's fucked up. But there's an actual app on the Google Play Store, might be on the iStore. I don't know what the fuck. I don't fuck with iPhone, period. But yeah, it's on those app stores, and it's called Trucker Path. You know what I'm saying? But they want to charge you a fucking fee a month, and it's pretty up there. It's like $40 a month or something like that. And yeah, so I figured out something to do with my technical prowess, and I'm able to use this app without fucking paying that goddamn fee, because there's no fucking way. You gotta be out of your fucking mind. But anyways, this goddamn app is like, it really guides you to the right exact entrance where you're supposed to go into these stores. Because God forbid, sometimes if you go the opposite way, your ass will have to fucking back all the way out. And listen, if y'all do not realize, 53-footers with the truck, it's not easy to turn around, especially in tight spots. Sometimes that's impossible. So yeah, anyways, so like 2 weeks ago, I pulled into this Home Depot, and there's a trailer like a couple of feet in front of the docks where I'm supposed to park at. And I'm like, holy freaking crap, this is going to be hard. But your boy has been like, I don't know, man, I've been A1 at this shit, especially like when backing in and stuff, like super on point. Like my skills is up there, double A+, S+, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Not really trying to boast myself up, but I'm about that. So I'm like, yeah, I could probably do it. It's going to be super tight. And I forgot to mention, when I was first pulling up to the store, I did see somebody kind of like dropping that trailer and leaving. I didn't think they was going to be coming back. But anyways, I make it into the dock. It was pretty tight. You had to do it one specific way, And if any kind of like measurements being off, you will fuck up. So I made it. Got my shit off the truck. I'm literally about to leave and head to my next store where this guy runs up to my truck and he was like, yo, can you spot me? And I'm like, yeah, why not? I'm like so close to like missing my next store, which is the last store for the day, that I didn't even realize until after I helped this dude. But check this out. So I'm spotting this dude for a minute, and I'm starting to realize, like, damn, this dude, he does not have the concept of like what he needs to do. Granted, this is one of those ones. This is one of those ones where you gotta do shit right. This is not for no newbie at all. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to guide him for probably like 5-10 minutes, I'd say. And I realized like, yo, this shit is not working. So I asked him, yo, can I hop in and try to do it? Because he was driving an automatic truck, and I've drove automatic trucks before. So I was like, you know, you just got to set yourself up right. But even with me trying to set it up right, I wasn't able to do it. I'm telling y'all. He fucked up to the point where he would have to like completely reset his whole position. And in order for him to do that, it's going to take some time that I did not have. And by the time we got to that point, that decision, that conclusion, another driver done stepped in and was like, yeah, no, you got to do this, you got to do that. So for a little bit, I felt bad, you know, because I was like, you know, yeah, I can do this as long as I'm in the driver's seat. But I'm like, nah, this, you know, as soon as I'm trying to maneuver the shit, I'm realizing like, damn, this dude, we gotta totally fix this shit. And the other driver that pulled up, he was like, if you could move this trailer, you can, you know, you don't have to deal with this. And eventually that's what he did, instead of like doing what I did, you know what I'm saying? But when I jumped into the truck with this dude, I asked him like, how long have you been working for? And or how long have you been driving for? And he said, literally 5 months. And yeah, so it made sense. It definitely made sense. But another thing, I know I kind of went so super detailed with that, just to end it with that. The guy is new. But another thing, I just saw a video yesterday about this guy saying the title of it and the thumbnail was like, just got my CDL and I quit 5 months later or something. There's been a lot of videos like that. And yeah, so I did not even want to click on it because I'm like, you know, I should have clicked on it. I feel both ways about it now, but when I first seen it, I'm like, you know, man, you either about this life or you're not. But at the same time, I know how these companies do. I know how the whole lifestyle could be. It could be super lonely, depending on what you're doing. If you're over the road, that shit you get super homesick sometimes, and yeah, just all type of shit, you know, all type of shit. So this is not for the weak at all, this job. And another thing, yo, check this out. So the reason why I came to a conclusion of like, you gotta be a super tough bastard, and like the domino effect, like, so I witnessed this situation in the way that I witnessed it, which I'm about to tell y'all. And then I was like, you know, I just dealt with this, so like, damn, I'm dealing with this. I got to deal with this now, and I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with as far as like my route and where the fuck I'm going after just picking up this stuff. It's a trickle-down effect. I hope I'm explaining this shit right. So let me explain. So yesterday, yeah, I'm pulling up to this particular store, this gas station, it's TA, Travel Centers of America, right? And this is after just picking up this load right here in Cartersville, Georgia. And right down the street from where I picked this load up, there's a TA. And I'm like, you know, it took me a minute to kind of get here. So let me go ahead and not gas up, but let me get ahead and get something to eat and also use the bathroom. That was the main reason. I totally had to use the bathroom. All right, because listen, this is why I'm saying what I'm saying right here. This is why I'm going into so much detail right now. You got to be a tough bastard to be in this field now, because sometimes you can't even use the goddamn bathroom when you want to. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like a hard thing to fathom. It's like most of your job is like just driving from point A to point B. So of course you can pull off anywhere and do what you got to do. But how shit goes sometimes, y'all, I'm telling y'all, how shit goes sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta hold it in. Sometimes you just gotta hold it in. Because just for instance, I'm gonna go ahead and continue with my story, but I'm working off of 3 hours of sleep right now, and it was only supposed to be 2, but I set my alarm on this phone to wake up 2 hours later after I fell asleep. And it's only like that because there was this fucking traffic jam in Georgia. You know, Georgia, I'm starting to fucking hate y'all bastards. I'm starting to hate y'all motherfuckers, because it's like, you know, hate is a strong word. Let me take that back. I apologize. I love y'all Georgians. You know, I was a Georgian before myself. But there's just something wrong with y'all drivers up there, man. There is. And I know this for a fact because before I went to Georgia, I was in Virginia. And I was and it's been a while since I was in Virginia before that, you know, that point where I'm talking about. It was a long time, probably like months before I was in Virginia. So I was trying to gauge, because I'm telling y'all, as a truck driver that's been in this shit for some time, there's like this personality when it comes to states of the driving. You know what I'm saying? You can tell there's like a certain kind of energy to drivers, and it's like every state has their own personality. So when I was witnessing with Virginia's like somewhat chill, but it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to get too deep. I swear that I can go very scientific or pseudo-scientific with this shit that I'm talking about. With Virginia, it was like drastically different from Georgia. All right, and eventually, basically, with Georgia, there was this super duper traffic jam that literally took like 2 hours of my time. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me having like 2 hours, I could have had 4. But again, I overslept, so I probably would have had 5 hours. You know, shit like that. And yeah, so anyways, man. So I'm pulling up to this TA, right? After just picking up this load. Going, I get the vibe of it being like New Yorkish, you know, because I'm from up there too. That's actually where I was born at. Everybody's so standoffish. Certain parts of Georgia is like that. It's like a lot of people from up north come down there, just like here in Florida, where I'm at now, my home state right now. But yeah, this particular part, or this particular truck stop, everybody was so standoffish, and it was like, all right, that's cool. Anyways, I went straight to the bathroom. There's like, it's so packed already inside the bathroom, man. I see this one dude waiting, and I'm like, yo, is the stalls are all like full right now? And he was like, no, I'm just waiting for my daughter. I'm just waiting for my daughter. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta take a shit next to a girl in here? Yo, this is the man's bathroom. Why ain't you in there with her? And then I hear like 2 stalls down from the one that I picked to handle my business. I'm like, yeah, I hear a man and a young girl. So I'm like, all right, so there's, you know, it's kind of like a family setting type of thing. But anyways, so there's like 5-6 stalls right here. All the stalls to my left are like full. So the one that I'll go into is, you know, is empty. So I go in, and I'm, you know, under the stall, you know, where you can kind of see people's legs. I see there's one person clearly right next to me, and obviously right after him is the stall with the man and the girl. So yeah, man, it's like, all right. Sometimes, with me personally, my trick is to get a shower. You know what I'm saying? Get a shower, so even if I don't want to take a shower, so I can use the bathroom in peace and silence. Because sometimes you want to do that. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, and I only get showers when I fill up a certain amount of gallons. So you get points on a card, like a rewards card, and you get free showers. So I normally fill up at Pilot or Love's, and I got loads of free showers on there. So it's nothing for me to go into one of those. But this was a TA, so I couldn't do that. And if you don't have points, you can spend cash, but it's like $17 fucking for a shower. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even considering the weight that you might have to have. So yeah, man. So it's quite crazy what you got to deal with. So I was already mentally prepared. My tummy was rumbling a little bit. So that day, so I was like, man, it's about to go down. I don't give a fuck who the fuck is around me, and that's clearly what I did. And I'm like, there was a sense of proudness in me because normally I'd be a little bit more timid about shit like this. But bitch, when you gotta shit, you gotta shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it was a moment. It was a moment. And it made me think of the reason why I'm bringing this shit up in the first place. You gotta be a tough bastard to be out in this field. Because can y'all handle this shit? And listen to me. I went in there with like a bottle of like alcohol wipes, not even disinfectant wipes. Even if I had disinfectant wipes, I would have used them. But I went in there with some alcohol wipes because I don't trust nothing. I don't trust anything. So I'm definitely wiping down the seat if I have to. Well, I'm wiping down the seat regardless. Period. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was mentally prepared, physically prepared, and I handled my business. You know what I'm saying? But can y'all do that? Like, see, some of y'all would be like, fuck, I gotta take a shit. It's too many people. There's too many people. I can't take a shit in peace. And some of y'all, I think there's like this phenomenon that happens. I don't understand it, but some people can't even pee. When other people is around, like it just doesn't come out. And it happens for, crap too. Number two. Somehow the rectum won't release the monstrosities that need to be released. I don't know how, but apparently that's a thing. So again, you gotta be a tough bastard to be in this shit. So yeah, I know that was probably a little all over the place, wasn't it? Yeah, it has. But it's been a minute, y'all, so you get a little too transparent sometimes. Sometimes that might be necessary, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, it's starting to get hot in this bitch. I might have to, I would turn on the truck, but I don't think I like how it sounds, so I'm gonna do something that I used to do in the past, and that is plugging in my inverter that is already. God damn it. Alright, so shit is pretty tight. In here. In order for me to open up this or get my inverter, it's stuck under the bed. So I gotta like lift this shit. Which is heavy because I got my guitar, and my guitar is like, I don't know, for some reason that shit seems like it weighs like 50 fucking pounds. And yeah. Yippers. Pepperoni. Damn, it's still stuck under that shit, bro. Y'all bear with me for a moment. Cause god damn. The shit I do for y'all, man. The shit I do for y'all. Y'all better be hitting that goddamn like and subscribe button while y'all over there staring at my ass. Y'all better be doing it. Do it now if you haven't. Do it now. Do it now, I tell you, and stop calling me. Relief. Oh, relief. Whew, man, that feels good. At one time, your boy did not have AC in his truck, and I was doing flatbedding, and I was green doing flatbedding. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whew. If y'all don't know what flatbedding is, just look it up. I don't want to sidetrack us again with a whole nother topic, but it's fucking tough shit. Fucking tough. And it was definitely around the hot times too, so this thing was my savior right here. Everybody want to call me all at once right now. Like, what's up with that? Anyways, so I'm gonna wrap this video up, I guess, right now. Is to talk about these psychological things that I've been noticing a lot with people. You know what I'm saying? I made a TikTok the other day talking about paid NPCs, and what that basically means, there was literally this guy who was on like some kind of podcast or interview talking about he was paid by somebody, some owner in the mall, to be this bystander. And it's not just him, there's plenty of other actors, right? And they're getting paid to just be bystanders and act like the mall is full and popping and lively. You know what I'm saying? Just to get other people to believe. Because other people seen other people, they'd be like, oh shit, alright, this is where the people are at. This is where the people are at. Let's spend money or something, or whatever the fucking case. And it made me think a lot, because this particular discussion went into other topics or other areas where this is a thing. And the first thing that stood out to me was in the transportation field, you know, because again, the reason why I lost a little bit of sleep last night or earlier this morning was these accidents, and it's not just one. There was so many damn accidents, it's ridiculous, y'all. And so sometimes these insurance companies, doesn't it seem feasible that insurance companies will pay certain people to like fuck shit up, disrupt traffic, to piss people off, and cause these things? Because a long time ago I heard a story about these group of people that will like box people in. Like, say you're driving down the highway, right, in a 3-lane highway, there will be people who will pull up in front of you, you know, go a certain speed, and then somebody will drive alongside of you, so you're almost like boxed in. And then there will be another person that comes like behind you, so now you're really boxed in, and they would do some shit to thwart you off and purposely make you crash. And then they would try to blame it on you, you know what I'm saying? Because I think if you hit somebody from the back, no diddy, you're the one at fault or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's very, very important shit to be aware of. And that, you know, when I was just becoming a truck driver, that is the first golden rule that automatically stuck, even before I even put my hands on the steering wheel. Because it made perfect sense. Keep distance away. Just God forbid anything happens. You know what I'm saying? You want to keep distance from the car in front of you. I mean, it would be nice to keep distance from the car to the side of you, but it would be more easier to do it from the one in front of you, because it's some weird shit, and y'all have to just hear me out on this. People, I swear, this whole NPC shit, there's something to it, y'all. Because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, yesterday I kind of gave a lot of people some grace, thinking that it's the weekend, or it's a Friday, everybody's finally getting their time to relax. But the type of absent-minded shit that I see out on the road, namely motherfucking being on your phone for miles. Now I'm almost certain this was a woman, because listen, after we got out this traffic jam, there was this Jeep that just decided to float around me. And this truck, it doesn't have a governor, but you know, again, I'm carrying a stupid heavy load, and again, we're in Georgia right now. At this time that I'm talking about, I'm trying to work my way out of Georgia through 75. And at some point we got to go through the bypass, you know what I'm saying, the west bypass. And there's this Jeep that eventually starts like getting into my shit, man. And I do my shit to like At first, I think I start slowing down. And they start slowing down to the point where other trucks are like having to go into the far left lane, which is what we're not really supposed to do, but some of y'all motherfuckers out there are stupid. So some of us get fed up, or we're like, fuck it, we just gotta speed and press on the gas for a little bit. If we're blocking somebody, so be it, fuck y'all. You gonna be behind me until I pass this motherfucker, and I'll do what I'll get back into the lane that I'm supposed to. That Jeep was like so. I passed him a couple times, or it was getting close to passing him. I definitely passed him a few times, and I was able to see that they was on their phone, and it seemed like they was texting, and it just reminded me of some situations I remember personally in the past. Like sometimes you could be in a heated discussion sometimes, and you know what I'm saying, and like think of like some kind of relationship shit. You are getting into some kind of argument with your significant other, and you know you still got to get from point A to point B. And again, with the traffic in Georgia, you still got to drive, but you still got to make your point clear or get your point across to the other person. So shit like that, and they don't realize what the fuck they're doing and the chain reaction that they're causing. So the reason I'm bringing all this shit up is because, like, shit is hitting people emotionally pretty hard today, these days. And there could be a lot of causes, a lot of reasons. I think there could be people purposely doing shit out here. Or it could be a trickle-down effect of you not taking care of the things that you were supposed to be taking care of. Which is your emotional, inner kind of dealings, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this video has dragged on to the point where I feel like I might be missing certain points about what I need to say here, but I feel like you need to be putting a certain amount of attention to your inner world, and what I mean by that is that you got to get away from the distractions from time to time, alright, and you got to make that a habit. You got to make it a habit. This way you can ground yourself. And ground, it might seem like a very straightforward, simple word, but trust me, I think it's it applies to a lot of different things in life. When I say grounded, I'm talking about you being prepared mentally, physically, for any situation that could arise. So I gave you an example with traffic and stuff. If I wasn't grounded, if I wasn't taking care of my inner world, which I'm gonna be honest with y'all, yesterday it kind of definitely shook off on me. But there's this phenomenon that happens when you're around people, even when you're driving, that some of their energy rubs off on you. It can, and I noticed that happens to me a lot in Georgia because, again, Georgia traffic, there's something about it, y'all. There's something about it. As a matter of fact, it's just people in the South, period. But Georgia's one of a kind. Georgia's one of a kind. Florida's one of a kind. Some of the drivers in Florida, y'all already know. I don't even have to tell y'all. But stupid motherfuckers. Stupid, man. God damn it, I get pissed just thinking about it. You gotta live around here with some of y'all bastards. Whew. It's a tough life, y'all. It's tough. That's why I say ground yourselves. You know what I mean? Ground yourself by, again, unwinding, finding the time when it's the dark parts of the darker hours where everybody's supposed to be winding down. Find that time to not do shit. Just think. Maybe read a book. You know what I'm saying? That will make you internally process things. Because yeah, you can kind of internally process things like when you're watching a movie, but you're getting fed kind of the visualization. When you're reading a book, it's like you have to bring these visualizations up yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So just an example. I hope I'm making sense with this shit. It's just odd. So yeah, anyways. So to end this shit up, I want to be transparent with y'all and let y'all know what the hell I've been noticing with my family. So again, I made a TikTok not too long ago talking about this, right? And it's basically some of my family members. Some of my family members, or these particular family members of mine, they weren't as dysfunctional as they are today. And these people, these folks of mine, who I love dearly, they're in religion. I'm not going to say deep because, listen, they're the type of people who want to go to these meetings, right? These religious meetings, regardless if it's virtual or in person, but they don't want to go in person anymore because they just feel the vibes. And maybe I might have something to do with that. I'd be telling them that most of the fakest people could be actually in these places where they're going. So you might want to think about that, and I might have hit them on a different note, you know, them like having 1 foot in and 1 foot out, you know what I'm saying? That type of shit. But yeah, these people are in religion, but they have become dysfunctional to the point where it's like, listen, when you go to, like for me, when you go to church or when you're doing that whole religious shit, you're supposed to put what you're learning into action. You know what I'm saying? Some of that shit is supposed to like change how you react, how you do deal with things. That's not happening with these people at all. No matter how long they've been in this shit. And it's baffling as fuck to me because, like, again, I've known these people for my whole life. And I remember the time where they were more grounded. And it's a little bit scary to kind of think of sometimes because it's like, these people, I feel like they kind of gave up to a certain extent in life. They got comfortable. But the thing is that they're not able to fucking survive on their own, it seems, at all. And if they are, it's like, that's not no type of living at all. You know what I'm saying? I have to help support them. Other family members have to help support them. You know what I'm saying? The mother of my kids, who I support her, we support, you know, she's helps supporting them. It's just, it's wild, man. It's wild. And again, this is people who I've seen them at their peak. So it's like, damn, once we came, I gotta be careful with my words. You gotta be careful with my words. Once we relocated, I'll go ahead and say, to a state where you can see people around you living this leisurely kind of like lifestyle, regardless if that's true or not. That shit could kind of like rub off on you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's exactly the reason why their shit is going the way that it is, but yeah, man. Anyways, yeah. So I've been noticing this shit, and I have to deal with these folks. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I could smell a mile away a conflict that might be popping up or arising because these folks don't have, I don't know, that mental foreseeing of shit, of not what to do. And I don't know if I'm explaining this shit right. I think it's time to end this video. It might. But yeah, I can see a mile away like a conflict that's going to happen, and I'll do my best to combat that. And I do my best, and you know, I could be proud of myself in doing that. But it's like it kind of rubs off on them in a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird, and it just makes me think about some of y'all out there who might be dealing with your own scenarios when it comes to your family members, because you always heard this term or this phrase. Sometimes your worst enemies could be your family. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely the truth, though. That's definitely the truth. And it's just crazy. It really is. What was I thinking about too? There was another podcast that came on yesterday. I never really talked about this particular podcast on my channel or any of my media before, but Forbidden Network podcast. It's with Roderick Martin. The actual whole channel, I believe, is owned by Billy Carson, and I've definitely made a video on Billy Carson before. But anyways, they had this gathering in like Texas somewhere, and it was with Roderick Martin and also this woman who I just recently heard about, Yaya's World, Yaya 777. Anyways, they was talking about something I talked about a long time ago on TikTok, because sometimes when a baby is born in a hospital, sometimes babies there's some diabolical people out here that will swap babies out at birth. But this particular discussion got even deeper. He was talking about a certain kind of blood type, right? Rhesus positive, one of the RH, I think it's RH. I don't know. I really don't remember if it's positive or negative. All I got to do is look at my history on YouTube to really know what it is, but I don't know if that's going to like fuck up the video. But yeah, anyways, that particular type of blood, there's a lot to say about it, but the discussion led to that being like this hybrid type of person, right? Follow me, y'all. I'm going somewhere with this shit. If y'all do not, I know I'm all over the place. This is just what you're going to get. Over time, I am trying to keep this shit in mind, and I will get better with it. But this is just an aspect. But follow me, because I'm going somewhere with this. This whole talk with this RH shit, blood type, it gives credence to like this hybrid kind of like people. You know what I'm saying? Because we know about cloning, we know about this gene manipulation type shit. It's been a thing for so long, y'all. And this is why I've been kind of also slowing down with my videos. Not only because of the pickup in work, it's because sometimes I feel and question like, yo, there's so much shit going on. How could I keep putting like shit that's not really good, entertainment, instead of like waking up people? You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm still figuring out myself. I still want to bring that type of content to y'all, but yeah, it's just like at a point like, yo, do your part in helping wake up the people, because like I guess a lot of people is not seeing this shit as it should be seen. But yeah, so this hybrid shit, you gotta ask yourself why some people are able to do the deeds that they're able to do. Like you hear somebody will off like a child or something. You know what I'm saying? Unalive a child, and you'd be like, how could that person do this? And in the words of somebody in that podcast who I respect a lot and I follow a lot, but I never really mention his name a lot, because there's so many damn names of people who I listen to. So shout out to him, but his name is Brother Yosef, New Life Tools. And his words, it's because that person is not a human at all. Okay? Now, that might sound crazy as fuck to y'all. I don't give a fuck. Believe it if you want, believe it or don't believe it. But there are some people around us who are maybe part human and part something else. Now, when it comes to myself, I think that's the case too, because there are some extremes that your boy could go to that it just makes me question. That's why, like on TikTok, I take off. I always include a certain character in my videos to kind of indicate, yeah, this is what your boy's energy leans towards. All right. I'm not going to explain or tell y'all what that is. If you want to go find that out yourself, go to my TikTok. It's the same name as on YouTube, or what I changed my name to on YouTube. That particular character is somebody who I've resonated with a child, because I have been doing the same shit that character does in my own way. Like earlier on in life, okay? Slaying demons. Alright, literally and figuratively. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so in that whole journey, in my whole journey, I realized that there's two sides to me. And that's something that y'all might need to think about too. All type of shit. Mermaids, vampires, straight up fucking demons, angels, because there's some angel-like people out there, mostly women. But, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit, y'all. All kind of shit. So, I don't know. We should think deep about this shit. And, you know, just to end this video up, even more drastically crazy. This is going to be even more of a crazy ass twist. I don't even know where the fuck I want to go with this shit. But I'm going to try to do my best, and I'm going to try to end it in 3 minutes. The last video I was watching last night, because I was so sleep deprived, I was like, yo, let me just throw in something and just listen to it. And then something came across my feed that I thought about a lot. And I just wanted some more information on it. And it's just this coldness to space, right? This absolute negative 454 degrees temperature. That's insane, right? Negative 454 degrees is the temperature in space, but you can't really call it a temperature, because temperature is a matter of convection, transferring of this energy type shit. When it comes to matter, right? When you have nothingness, a void, there's like this coldness, and it's only because of an absence of matter, particles. You know what I mean? So what made me really think about this is I don't know, you know, like this is the weird side of me. When it comes to cold weather, not even cold weather. Yeah, cold weather. There's something to it. There's something to it, y'all. And I'm gonna end it here, because that is a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But yeah, when it comes to colder temperatures, you just to throw in a quick example out there for y'all. The plasma of spirit, a person who passed away, when they rush past you, it's like cold, right? So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But yeah, it's been real, y'all. It's been real catching up with y'all. Hope y'all like the damn video, share the damn video, because listen, that seems like, I don't know, YouTube doesn't like certain people. And I'm not just going to single myself out, because I know that's not the case. But yeah, I look at my TikTok even, earlier on in my TikTok times, shit blew up. Like, I still got certain videos like damn near on the way to 10,000 views and shit. And it baffles me. But lately, the views have been cut so much, and I can't help but feel that's only because somebody who has the dealings and control of these algorithms know that I'm one of these ones that is trying to help enlighten and open up the minds of people. And something or somebody does not want that. So I can't help that this cut with this shit. So if y'all fucking with me, if y'all rocking with me, just hit the goddamn button, y'all. Hit the goddamn button, and definitely subscribe, alright? Because, like, it doesn't cost nothing, alright? And there might be some shit that y'all might get put on that y'all might want to hear about, you know, that could help change your life. Because that's the type of shit that your boy wants to be on, alright? And making y'all happy with some of the content that I do, and also bringing forth some information that we all should know, be on par with. Peace and prosperity to all y'all. I will catch y'all later.